What will I be tossing in 2024? Well, let's find out. First, I would like to just give a shout out to my sponsor, Gravity Disc Golf. Use code KG10 at checkout to get 10% off all of your orders. If you want to get a fantastic selection of pre-owned discs, they have it for you, including an awesome chart that indicates the condition of the disc. And again, their selection is massive and great prices. I mean, look at this. You can get a Nova Sidewinder for $12, on Thunderbird for $12. Most of these for $12. Fantastic selection here. And not only that, but if you want some of the best custom stamps in the game, they have that as well. Their stamp game is amazing, and you have different things from Prodigy, Trilogy, Castoplast. You have MVP. There are multiple brands here you can choose from. Again, their selection and stamps are amazing, and the same thing goes for their apparel. They have some of the best looking apparel and artwork there is on the market. So again, please, if you love what they do over there as much as I do, head over there to gravitydiscgolf.com. Use code KG10 at checkout for 10% off. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am glad that everybody is here. I just want to give a little 2024 super early in the bag video. It's only January, but this is the way I am going into the season and the disc that I will be using. I'm not sure how many changes I will be making, what will come in and out of the bag, but this is currently my idea of building a bag at a amateur level, and the way I'm going to proceed building my bag this season compared to previous years, which I just kind of threw stuff in there, not really thinking of a whole lot, just like, oh, this feels okay, let me throw this in there, let me throw this in there. So I just want to give a quick overview of how I'm building my bag this season. I'm actually kind of taking it per slot this year. So my throwing putters, I'm going to have a super overstable to very understable. So I'm kind of trying to fit in slots, kind of 5-4 across, I guess you would which you would kind of explain through a spectrum of overstable to understable. So we're going to take a quick look here of what I have currently in the bag. I am missing 4 discs currently. It is the Heat, the Pure, the Fierce, and the Fuse, which will all be in my bag as well. I'm just waiting on them. I've tossed them all. I know how they throw, and I do like them all and feel they fit those slots I'm looking for. So I'll be tossing those as well. I just currently don't have those here with me right now, but they are on their way. But we'll start with the putting putters, which honestly I'm still working on right now. I have my basket set up down here, and I've been putting using a couple different ones from the P2s I was using about 2 years ago, Logix, the Jackrabbits, the Penny Putter, the Challenger, Jawbreaker Challenger. Let's see, what else do I have? The Luna, a Voodoo from Gateway. So I'm kind of playing around with different discs right now, trying to feel what feels the best in my hand currently. Right now we have like a foot of snow outside and a wind chill of like -20. So I can't really go out there and practice in the elements. So I'm currently just trying to work on feel currently. What feels the best in my hand and at release and everything else. So that's what I'm kind of working with for putting putters currently. But for putters itself, we'll start with the super overstable side. I am going to be working with my zones. If I could pick a Tour Series disc and somebody ever let me pick a Tour Series disc ever, this would probably be what it is. I have 3 zones in my bag. I have my ESP zone, Get Freaky zone, and the Zone OS. Of course, obviously, the OS is more so a utility type disc. Get Freaky, I can get a little bit more of a flat, longer flight out of it before it gets that big fade. And the ESP zone kind of fades a little bit quicker than that. So that's why I bag all 3 of the zones for my overstable slots. And then I move over to the Envy. That has a very nice, if you throw it flat, very nice straight flyer, a little further than my zones, but still has that slight fade at the end. And you can even throw this honestly at any angle, and it holds it pretty well and fades out a little bit, at least for myself as an amateur player. The next slot would be my Pure, which is just dead straight. Then I'm throwing a proxy for that slight understable, so I could throw it flat and it just slowly glides, slowly turns, but not too much where I need a super hyzer flip this. I could throw it flat and it just beautiful turn. And then of course the Fierce will be that super more so understable side where you rip it and I can maybe get it roll, or if I really need it to get a turnover, that will be the Fierce slots. Next, I will go through my mid ranges. So for my overstable slots, I'm actually going with the Justice. I used to bag this all the time. I absolutely loved it. And then I took it out of the bag for the past season because I was part of Lone Star, and they only allow 10% if you're on the Ranger team. And my 10% was my zones. So they've been consistently in my bag, but I'm so happy to bring this back into the bag. It is my most reliable, overstable flick, forehand, backhand, whatever I want, and I need that beautiful, consistent fade. This is my disc. For the next slot where I can get it to throw straight and still gets that reliable fade at the end, not as hard as the Justice, but still fades at the end, the Pathfinder. Let me tell you, when I say I started throwing these Thought Space discs, I've fallen in love with them. They are awesome, awesome disc, and the feel in the hand and everything is amazing. So these Pathfinders instantly went into that slot. I love these discs. This is the one I'm going with this season, the Rare Air stamp. Awesome artwork. For dead straight, a little bit turned. Not quite though, but if I just need that money shot, dead center, the buzzes are always one of the best discs to go to. Always feel comfortable in the hand. Again, you need that dead straight shot. The buzz is that. Again, I'm missing a couple discs, but for that super understable, if I needed to get a roller out of mid-range or a massive turnover or anything like that, I am rolling with the Paradox. It feels really comfortable in my hand. Again, I can get this sucker to actually roll, and I'm not good at rollers. It's something I want to work on this season as well, is to learn how to roll a disc properly. Whenever I try to roll a disc, I always do it too much and it just fades out and then lands. It never actually gets to the angle that I need it to. But the Paradox, I've been able to get that, so that's what this is there for. That's that super understable slot for me. And we'll go to the drivers. So, of course, I have a mix of fairway drivers and distance drivers in here. So, more so, I'm just going to kind of go over which distance drivers I currently have in here. Not in a specific order, But again, I am missing my heat right now as well. That's on its way. And of course, like I said, the fuse I'm missing, and that's kind of more so that dead straight shot that I'm missing currently. More so for that understable slots, though, I will say I am rolling with the Lone Star Harrier. Super, super flippy. You gotta really get that at a super hyzer to get it to flip up, and then it'll still turn over. This thing is unbelievably flippy. Um, Big reason I have it, just like the heat going in my bag. Big reason I have the Harrier is for that rower that I want to work on. And if I just want to get a massive hyzer flip to slowly finally turn, the Harrier is it. I will be rolling with the Mockingbird as well. The Mockingbird is another understable slot, more so in the fairway game. I don't necessarily need the distance driver, but I want the fairway. The Mockingbird is that. Again, here we are again. Boss Space Athletics. Fantastic feeling disc. This is the Mantra. Love these discs. Maverick Scott put me on this, and I asked him about him. He said he loved them. So here is that. I've thrown this multiple rounds that I played recently before it started snowing just to get an idea of how it flies. This sucker is definitely going to be a staple in my bag. I think I'm see myself using this a ton. Hyzer flip it, throw it flat to get it to turn. Big Annie to try to get the roll. Just everything you want out of a disc. This is it. I love it. Going on to the other set I have, more straight flying. We have the Inertia. Has that turn and then that reliable fade. It's fantastic straight flying disc. That's for that slot. I have the Big Z Passion that I'll be tossing as well for that. Straight shot, little fade at the end. Works really well. So for one of the discs that I missed the most in my bag all of last season, because it is money. Anytime I need that shot that I'm just looking for, and I'm like, I don't know what to toss here. You know what? Let me toss my Grace. This disc is one of my biggest workhorses that I've had before last year, and I missed it dearly last season. And instantly, as soon as I decided to move on from Lone Star to something more, I'm with Gravity right now. I'm waiting for some others to see if I get into anything else, but this instantly went back into the bag. Love the Grace. Depending on what goes on, I'll have to replace it or not. We'll see in the future if I end up joining anybody else. But for now, being able to toss a fully open bag, this is going to always be in my bag yet again, just like the zones. For a distance driver that I need a pretty straight flying, I can get to turn some, but huge fade at the end. Of course, have to go with the Destroyer. Destroyers are always that go-to disc. There's a reason why multiple people carry a Destroyer. I don't really got to get into it too much. And for overstable slot, love it for the forehand, backhand, anything that I want to throw it on. The Raptor is that slot, that disc for that. Just feels so good in the hand. I love these discs too. The Raptors just feel amazing. When it comes to forehand, I really like flat disc, and Raptors definitely have that for me. So I can get really good distance out of forehands with this disc. I can get, throw it a little Annie and just let it fly just enough to fade at the end, because these will always fade for you. That's the disc that I will be currently tossing in 2024. Check out this awesome mini Gravity. Of course, I have a couple minis in here. Just because everybody loses minis. I lose minis or forget to pick up a mini. It happens all the time, especially when you play a lot of doubles. I run league nights. Your partner comes up to, play after you. You forget to pick up the mini. You lose them quite a bit. Just the towels. I have the Atlas rangefinder. To me, works wonders. I love this thing. It's not too expensive either for a rangefinder. That's why another reason why I decided to pick it up. I don't use it a whole lot. It's more so when I do field work and everything else. I like to use the rangefinder tournaments. Don't really bring it out a whole lot. And then of course I have the paratrooper pirate bag. Love pirates. So when I actually won this off of a giveaway, I haven't gone to anything else. It gives me just enough room. It has my putter sit up here. My zones I like to throw up here. It has a slot for whatever you like to use a lot. So plenty of space. Big side pockets, 2 water bottle holders. Works wonders. But this is my super early 2024 in the bag video. We'll see what changes in the future. If I get, if I end up being on any other teams, a lot of these discs will switch out. But super early, currently open bag. This is my ideal bag for this season and my new way of approaching to build a bag this season, to try to just get different slots and then slowly but surely maybe minimize them, and then just find certain discs in different plastics that will take over other discs for those slots, because I just love those discs, like the Mantras or the Zones, the Raptors, the Graces, depending on plastics and stuff like that. Sometimes they will fly a little bit different, so that you can just get another Grace or anything else to kind of fill in that slot of another disc. So we'll see how it goes. Again, thank you for coming to the channel. Like and subscribe, and well, we'll catch you all later.